to remove all the debuffs and everything. Maybe even Mage Bane to like counter ulti the Hellbringer after he used all the spells because he runs So I feel like it's still a strong hero, but not as strong as it used to be because people have learned to play against it.
Yeah.
And there you see the Swift, as I said, something like that.
There you go. Swiftblade coming out with that final pick. Pretty snap pick response to the Prophet once again. So Sync, they first picked the Prophet last game, but they end up third picking it here, but still they pick it up nonetheless. So Prophet's kind of another one on this list that is maybe starting to get a little bit more attention. I mean, the ultimate change, the changes in general, you got some buffs. They were pretty good overall. What are your thoughts on Prophet?
I always thought Prophet was a extremely good hero because he added so much damage to the team, and now with the increased radius on the ulti, it's kind of insane actually. The hero is kind of squishy without an escape, so if you do find it alone, say if you're Swiftblade, the hero should die most likely. Same with like Parasite or any other hero. It's really easy to kill, but if you don't kill the Prophet and you let him do whatever he wants to do, you're gonna get wrecked. So.
All right, so one more ban on either side, then into the fourth picks we go. Riptide, Deadlift, Dr. Repulsor, and Kronos coming out as the band so far, but see a couple interesting ones there. The Riptide from Zlapt, and then you got Deadlift, of course, from Complexity. I was actually talking with the Regroster there for a minute in between the break as well, who, by the way, Oscar is back now, as we notice, as we see here, so that's worth mentioning. Apparently he ended up just going to a LAN center near his place because they have the internet issues at his house there. But he is back. He's playing here. But Regroster making the point that, yeah, that Deadlift was so frustrating to play against last game. They were definitely not pleased with how he was just able to gank them fairly easily with that death grip. So they're just going to ban it here. Granted, it was banned later, so they took a little bit of a risk, but
it's understandable. When people play it from the jungle, warding up the jungle, it doesn't really matter because the death grip is so long and it immobilizes you for 4 seconds at max.
Yeah.
So, I mean, wards usually don't even help. You can't even spot the spell on the minimap, so it's really hard to play mid or short lane if the opposing team has a deadlift, so it's understandable.
Absolutely. Sandwraith and Gladiator, the final bans here. Sync will go Silhouette again in the first game. So another hero. I mean, Nullfire Blade's even that much better now for the Hellborn side to get between Hellbringer and Silhouette here.
Yeah, I agree. But they can't really go a Nullfire Blade hero here, can they? They already got like their mid or short.
I guess
it's kind of iffy.
Yeah. They should go Electrician, man.
I don't know. I feel like if they go Electrician, he's just going to get roamed on this game early, and he's just going to lose the laning phase for them. I believe they're going to go some stronger laning phase hero, kind of. But, yeah, not really a good Nullfire Blade hero left. Since they did pick up the Swift, which was good, but if they really want to rely on that Nullfire Blade, I don't think there's any hero left that can do it. Pearl is pretty good, though, but it's not a Nullfire.
No.
It's like 50% of a Nullfire.
Yeah.
When Hellbringer uses his spells on you, you can just purge a teammate to remove the dot damage, so it can be used early to save people.
Yeah, but as you point out, not a full Nullfire, though. It will not destroy Malphus. It will not kill Illusion, so they don't have that, unfortunately. But it's still something to help out. Legionnaire, the final pick for Sync as well here. Maybe for the Swiftblade, perhaps, or wonder if reaction to Pearl, too, for some reason, but
I think Complexity changed their mind. They don't want to run Swiftblade as a hard carry anymore. I think that was the idea from the beginning, but it seems like they changed their mind. Right-clicking the Mage Bane here, which would be a fantastic pickup, by the way, since Legion doesn't have any mana potential anymore. They could run the Magnus Prophet dual lane, but their other lanes might suffer due to that, with the Parasite roaming around. And also, I think Mage Bane is very good pick this game because not only do you have like a very good hard carry, but for something against like a Legionnaire with like a pretty low mana pool, whenever he taunts you, he's just going to run out of mana before he can ult you
Yeah.
when you run low on health. So it's a really good pick versus Legionnaire. They're going to go to Oogie, though.
Yeah, they go Oogie
Don't know
route.
what I think about that. I would definitely like to see Mage play more. There's the Hellbringer, as I said earlier. You can mana riff the hero, and he will die instantly after he uses all of his spells. So,
Yeah.
well, Oogie's decent, I guess, but Formless plays a good Oogies too. So, I'm gonna give him that.
Yeah,
the benefit of the doubt.
He's kind of the first player, you know, back with the Beaver Banger name there that started playing Oogie really on the competitive scene, back with Nullstone Gaming even. So, yeah, he has plenty of history on that hero for sure. So, we'll see how they make it work here. But, all right, so the lanes. You got Fuzzy Sloth is playing the Swiftblade, actually. Okay, so they're going to have Oscar on Behemoth, of course. So he'll end up Suicide here. So Swiftblade mid, it looks like. With an Oogie Pearl top, perhaps, or... Maybe, I mean, with the Parasite, there's always the question of, will they try for something aggressive here, you think?
I don't think so, since they picked up the Oogie. I think if they sent Oogie 1v1 top for against the Magnus should be doing pretty good with that volcanic touch. So if they do that, they're going to have to pull him region, I guess. But I would still expect Magnus to have a better time. And with the heroes Hellborn has, it's really hard to fetch kills on the Legion heroes.
Yeah.
Maybe if Prophet's out of position, but it's Serenia, so I expect them to be in position, of course. So I don't think they're going to man up.
Yeah. Okay, well, so they're ready. Okay, now they're ready as well. I do got an update on the other series here as we're looking at it. Mystery Gang is up 1-0 over Evil Corporation over there on the group stages. So, again, Mystery Gang continuing, at least from yesterday. Again, they took a game off Complexity. They took a game off of BMG. Now they're taking a game off of Evil Corporation so far. So, these guys coming into the Diamond Division and starting to feel a little better here as far as moving forward. So...
Yeah. Getting a lot of ties.
Yeah, that's maybe not going to be the most points in the end. It constantly get ties, but it's still got to feel a little good knowing that you can defeat the best teams out there.
Yep, definitely.
All right.
I think they're already doing way better than the last cycle, though. I think.
Yeah.
Where they went to relegation, so.
They only got 2 points last cycle in total, and yeah, they already have 3 now with this result here. So. Not really too much aggressive play coming out off the bat here. Very passive, sitting in their own jungles, really. It's like a ward in the Congo area.
Yep. Seems like both teams are just gonna do their own thing and farm up their heroes and then look for a big team fight. And whoever wins that team fight is probably gonna gain map control, and it's gonna be an out-farming game to the point where one team just wins because they're so far ahead. Neither of the teams doesn't really have much pickoff early. They just need, like, Legionnaire needs probably the portal key, and Hellbringer needs at level 6. So during the early laning phase, I don't really expect many, like, a Bloodlust to come out.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Neither of the heroes are really good at that.
All right, well, could be a little bit of a slower start here then to this game. Swiftblade again versus the Hellbringer here. They meet at the lanes. The taunts go up. The trash talk here. Zibbe though. Oh yeah, so Zibbe is actually in mid. Okay, I'm sick of there to realize that. Massera. Some mind games going on right there. Come taunt me mid. Oh, Magnus gonna be pushed back. Should be fine here at the end, but gonna take a little bit of damage actually.
Okay.
You know he doesn't have stun. Yeah. What am I thinking? Yep. He's only level 1 still.
He's dead.
He's
gonna die. There is no way.
Okay,
there is no way.
They're making him waste a lot of time. He's gonna live, actually.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Okay, he's gonna live. I lied.
Knew it all along.
Yeah. Okay, that was insane.
Yeah.
I didn't. As soon as he started walking upwards, I was like, okay, there's no way he's gonna escape this. Oh well. Okay. Well, he did level up the Steam Bath because, as you see, with the Hellborn heroes, they don't have a ground target stun. So There's nothing that's gonna be getting him out of his stun. So if he just sits in that steam bath up top there, he's just gonna be able to leech experience. But they do have the rev ward. They're gonna go on him again, actually.
Yeah, they are. We'll see if they come through this time. Maybe Parasite going to be an assistance for that. He does have the stomp. Going to use it right here as he sits in the infiz. There's the push out of the Whirl Bubble. This time he is absolutely dead. All right.
All right. Yeah, okay. Pearl is insane.
Yeah.
I was lying as well. You shouldn't listen to me because Pearl can definitely push a Magnus out of the steam bath. So don't listen to me. I have terrible insight.
No.
So steam... no, it's okay. But steam bath, if Pearl didn't have the push at level 1, yeah, it was a good idea, I guess, from Misera.
Yeah, no, that was something there. And it's almost like a blessing in disguise, honestly. I feel like a little bit for the Hellborn team for complexity there, because it did allow what you got to even get in there and get the assist for it instead. So they got 3 heroes that benefited rather than just the 2. So it's another way to look at it, you could say. But
and they did see Misera place that ward in the left hard camp, I hope, because they had vision of him while he placed it during that trying to escape at least. So look for them to counter that, as it's kind of important for Parasite's form.
Yeah. You know, I want to bring up this too real quickly because Lapt actually brought it up in chat. You do see he did buy 2 health potions. You see a second one currently is now on that cooldown, that new cooldown here of 120 seconds for the health potion. That was just introduced in this last patch. I don't even know we've never really mentioned that because you don't really think about it. But as a player, have you kind of realized that as an issue, like affecting you, or
only when you play against really, like from the carry role, only when you play against really aggressive suicides, like that deadlift, for example, or maybe Madmen in some games. You kind of need to vary a lot of regions sometimes, but Legionnaire has to be the hero that is feeling that change, because Legionnaire usually uses a lot of health potions in the jungle.
Yeah.
So now you kind of have to go bottle because, well, people did anyway, and now it's just that much better because of the health potion cooldown. So just go a bottle, check the runes, as I expect Slap to do here. No. Okay. He's trolling.
Now he'll let Swiftblade pick it up as stacking instead. Nope, he even failed the stack, unfortunately.
Yeah, okay, but as I said, you don't really feel the change, actually. Just in some rare scenarios, but
yeah.
I would think that Legionnaire is probably the hero that feels it the most frequently.
Yeah.
So,
again,
that was what I was trying to say.
The change kind of makes it does make sense to kind of compensate for the new courier system. How you could obviously abuse the couriers now, not abuse it, but just more so use it frequently as a jungler and constantly get regen to you. So I think that was like the ultimate goal with the change. But yeah, as you're putting it, maybe not that noticeable in most cases, really. Legionary is looking for a chance bottom lane. He is level 6 now, has that decapitate, but it seems like Behemoth knows that that's the case as well. He's playing it pretty safe himself, pretty far back here. Should be fine.
He doesn't have the taunt yet, so it's gonna have to charge someone that is relatively low and just come in with the charge damage and the decapitate.
Yeah.
Just farming up here. He's actually gaining insane GPM. I've been playing perfectly Legionnaire so far in the jungle. Been getting great stacks off, and well, the Prophet just helped him stack there as well, so that's great. So Slapped is gonna get a really early portal key in this game.
Even Zibit coming over, and I don't know if that's intended to help or maybe get some creep kills. He actually splits it here with Legionnaire. But yeah, the very early portal key in the works, especially with the Strider's bottle build here coming out for him. But Hellbringer back to the middle. How is Hellbringer doing? 31-10 versus a 31-1 Swiftblade. So it's actually a very even here in the middle.
It's kind of surprising because they have 2 heroes here, 2 ranged specifically. But I guess they can't kill Swiftblade because of the spin, but it's still surprising that he's allowed to take that many creep kills. I wonder what happened there. Either very well played by Fuzzy or mistakes from Sync.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go ahead and say that it's very well played by Fuzzy to stay positive.
Yeah, that's good. Give the credit right there to Fuzzy Slaw. 6-minute rune to regen rune top. Fuzzy, speaking of him, he'll go up and grab it. Pearl protecting it for him in the meantime. Make sure he gets that. Hellbringer is level 6 now, though. Hits that. level right here, so that's the Malphus threat now, and Legionnaire, he is nearby, so a very possible gank on a Swiftblade could happen here in the near future. If he gets a little too pushed up, but man, he's playing it safe. In fact, he's falling all the way back to his own jungle here, I guess.
He knows something's up, I guess. He doesn't have a ward, so spider sense is there.
Yeah, where is he going? Like, what are they calling? I guess he's going to the yellow stack. Okay.
Yeah, gonna probably spin it down.
Okay.
Does have a regen, so he might stay in the jungle for like one more spin rotation or something, and then rotate back to mid because he is getting probably even more farm in the jungle than he was actually getting in mid, despite having those 31 creep kills. Oh my god.
Yep.
What?
Now, I kind of caught that halfway through, but eventually, yeah, I was able to chase him down and fissure him for the kill. I don't know if that was Swift or Silhouette applying pressure and then the shockwave came out that caught her off guard or what, but somehow Oscar gets a turn kill on a Silhouette and in a 1 versus 1 there.
I don't see how that happens, especially with Silhouette going the Steam Boots. See a lot of players going Ghost Marchers on Silhouette, but this game he's probably going Steam Boots because he's feeling that Hellborn has a lot of burst as soon as they catch him, so going the Steam Boots, a bit more HP. It didn't have them on strength, but still, like, how does that happen? All right.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish I was watching that from the beginning because, yeah, it's definitely a kill that should never happen, but it did. And they're going to have to deal with it here. You know, Oscar, again, goes back to just him as a player. Obviously a fantastic one, so no doubt complexity. Happy to have him here back for game number 2 with the working internet on his behemoth here. As top tower goes down in the meantime, Oogie can't overlook that. 470 gold per minute now. As the glowstone, I'm sure the icon of the goddess is already in the works here for him.
Yeah. Seems like what Oogie's build all the time, just an icon into maybe gnomes and Shrunken Head in some scenarios. I feel like he should go Shrunk in this game. There's a lot of magic damage and stunts. We're gonna try for a gank top on the Magnus though.
Okay, they have Parasite, that's why. I was like, I don't know with just Oogie and Pearl, but Parasite, he changes that. Oh my god, he's going to escape again, though. That's huge again. He's just slow slippery.
Yeah. It's kind of frustrating. When you have that kill, you're just like, what, 2 milliseconds to get the kill, and then you don't. It's always frustrating.
Well, Nasera, he's the one that's happy about it. Gonna survive there. You see Pearl counterwarding in the meantime over at the Legion Ancients, actually. Take away that vision here. Speaking of Pearl, by the way, the couple of times we've kind of been seeing her pop up here and there, I noticed that a lot of them like to max out the Asphyxiate, the Whirl Bubble even, and kind of stay away from the Soothing Presence even. Love's doing it the other way. And I personally like this way of, if you're going to pick a defensive support such as a Pearl, it just makes a little more sense to me. Taking advantage of like a free Astrolabe essentially at level 4. What do you think, though?
I think that it depends from game to game and that you should never just no-brain the skill build. This game, Legion has a lot of catch, a lot of stuns and everything, so I think he's maxing it out to potentially save his teammates rather than trying to be aggressive and set up the kills with his teammates. So, which seems to be the game plan. I think they would just want to farm this entire game and then just win late game.
Yeah.
Seems to be what they want to do. So going a defensive build makes probably sense. Probably makes sense.
All right, so yeah, love going that here. As looks like okay, gonna have a reconnect here. Maybe adjusting something on the computer that he's using here. Understandable. Again, we're talking about the other series too. Let me double check that one here. It's in that game 2. Ooh, they're actually just getting started, it looks like, so got their lineups there. Nope, nothing too radical. We are going to see the clanks on Evil Corporation again, so yeah, we were talking about that earlier in the cast, actually. They played Fresh in the earlier series. He ended up going clanks, and he just got wrecked. And lately it seems like in general, Evil Corporation has not really been working that well, and they haven't even been picking him up in general, so it's kind of like Clanks is kind of dying off a little bit for them especially, so. What's that?
Yeah, Clanks is definitely not as good as before. After the patch hit him, now he's just kind of situational, and you definitely do not want a sand wraith on the other team when you're playing Clanks now, because you will not fly in the air for very long, and even if you do, he's gonna follow you with that sand and hit you very hard. Since Clanks is pretty squishy, so. And I believe there was a Thunderbringer in the game as well, so it just adds salt to that wound of Clanks there. So. Yeah, it's kind of situational. It's still really good, but not when there's a sand wraith on the other team. It's kind of a hard counter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that game especially was a pretty brutal lineup for him that he had to deal with. So had troubles there in the earlier series. But okay, it looks like both teams going to go here though. Again, about 10 minutes into this one, so the 10-minute rune's going to be spawning here. You do see Pearl protecting the top one already. Bottom rune, it seems like Swiftblade, yep, he's heading down here. So going to be looking for that one. Puzzle blocks, of course, in the works for what you got, as regen rune is picked up by Swiftblade, by the way. Portakeel Legionnaire has that now. Chose not to go for it right there.
Level 10, also highest in the game. That's pretty insane. And he's about halfway to 11 too. So if he gets that, it's going to be pretty insane, actually. Going to be able to one-shot anyone except for Oogie, I think.
Yeah, he's
or at least with the help. Oh, at least with the help of one hero, he should be able to kill anyone.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 levels higher than anyone on the Hellborn side, for that matter. So, yeah, very good there. Triple stack Ancients are on the Legion side now. You do see the Hellborn team; they got some vision around it, so this could get interesting if. Sync does go for an attempt here coming up.
Looks like Oogie's going to try to steal it, though.
Is it?
I think that's going to be the case. Legion has no vision of it, and Oogie just pops that ulti and spams Tarquick. It's going to be able to bring those down, especially since there's no Dragon Masters, which has a lot of magic armor. Mm-hmm. Those Ancients are going to drop quickly, and I feel like Oogie's going to take them. That's why they put so many counterwards down, to make sure that Legion has no vision of him doing so. Also see Parasite kind of running over, I hope, to help them with that. Just to secure that they get out of there safely.
Yeah. No,
so that's a really good play, actually.
Mm-hmm. This could definitely be a pretty big steal here in Formless here. Already seeing 440 gold per minute. Could just really jump up there even more. It looks like, okay, we're going to be good again. So keeping an eye on these Ancients. Yep. No, he turns around, actually. Now he's going back.
He should go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, they have counterwards down. It's kind of a risky play, but I don't think so, considering the counterwards they have. So I think that's a misplay, but maybe he will go for it now. Maybe they're just waiting a little bit to see where Legion is before they actually go for it. They're very tempted, though, I can tell. Keep running over there.
It's like he keeps acting like he's going to go for it, and then he keeps turning it around. So now Magnus is here, and now the Legion team is going to do it. So, yeah, you figure if they went right after the pause, they probably would have gotten most of them, if not all of them, by the time that they came. So, yeah, a little missed opportunity.
They would have, definitely. Oogie is like the best Ancient triple stack early hero, especially when there's only Predators. So
yeah,
those would have dropped extremely quickly, in the matter of like maybe 6 seconds or something. So that would have been insane. Guess being safe and when they didn't go for it right away, it was good for them to never go for it, because it would have backfired right there.
Nullstone picked up on Silhouette, so Haxerin, despite that death earlier to the Behemoth, somewhat recovered and. Maybe he just bought the pattern. That would make more sense. I guess, he shouldn't have it just yet. Because, nothing's coming out to him either, so I think it might have just been the pattern.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay. So he still needs a little bit more to get it here. As top lane, Magnus, he's going to be fine, having to stun out of pressure from Oogie, though. Who's going to be getting that icon soon, actually. That'll be good to have.
Yep. He did go the mana ring, though, so now he has to go back to base to actually get the icon. I thought when he got the glowstone, he wanted to prevent that from happening, just going the full icon delivered. But now he actually has to go back to base to get it.
Uh-oh. Swiftblade's probably dead here. He's doing Ancients. Invis Hellbringer, though. He's going to come out.
God.
Malphus comes down, stops the TP, and gets the kill on the Swiftblade. Very good play. On Zippy's part there.
Yeah, the Invis rune hurting them. There's no wards down, I think, for Hellborn right now. There is one behind the mid tower, but that's about it, so yeah. Didn't see the Invis getting taken by Hellbringer, and that resulted in a kill.
Yep.
Actually gonna try to push mid tower themselves.
Yeah,
with the Malphus, though.
Yeah, that's what I like to see that again. Hellbringer's using that Malphus initially, and then almost kind of forget about it after the fight. You know, whatever that initial fight takes place. But yeah, seeing moves like this, where pushing the tower with it. We've seen Hellbringers, put it in the jungle, start farming with it, just making use of him while he's up is of course very, very important. So good to see that there from Zibbe.
Yeah, he's up for quite a while. Actually, just died, and he lived for like 60 seconds or something. That's quite a while, actually. So yeah, definitely like to see that.
So how is Zibbe doing, by the way? It looks like he's going to be going Storm Spirit, actually.
Bottom. Look for a kill. Oh my god.
There. Was that an illusion? It was.
Yes. That was a bait.
And it worked.
But the thing is that they have no vision of Behemoth walking down there, and he was even smoked. So I guess they were just sitting there hoping for luck. I wouldn't really call that skill. Yeah, it's good to bait with the illusion, but you never knew that was going to happen, and that's where luck plays in.
Yeah,
as well.
They could have easily sat there for like a minute, just trying to wait the whole time, and never happened. So you're right, but hey, it paid off big time.
Definitely.
Shockwave's on cooldown now, and they got the hero kill on top of that. So good news there. The middle tower, this should be open up easily a push middle, and yeah, they do. So again, without that Shockwave threat here from Behemoth, you all of a sudden get a lot more confident if you're Sync Esports. The portal key just picked up by Magnus as well, so everything kind of happening at a pretty good time right here. Hellbringer, the Storm Spirit finished on him. First item, Storm Spirit, not usually your often pickup, but I guess he likes that choice here. A little more movement speed. He got the mana regen. It's nice to have.
Yeah. Usually before Restostone, you kind of want to build up item like Tablet. I sometimes go the Energizer event to help me chase down targets. It's just a personal preference.
Okay.
But Storm Spirit, like any kind of mana item before you go the Resto, is always good. So Storm Spirit, I guess he doesn't want the Tablet, otherwise he probably would have gotten that. Maybe he will build it as well. Depends on what he feels like. If they can already win team fights without the Restostone, so he doesn't have to farm it as quickly. But yeah, look for him to get the Restostone now.
Yeah. Silhouette, he's pushing out the bottom lane here. He does have an illusion up, so that is a row one currently. And I think he's going to be able to, he's not even going to. Oh, no, it died. Yeah, no, it was up there, but yeah, I guess it despawned here, and now Haxerin, he's
going to live.
Going to maybe live, so slashes, but the Null Stone, it doesn't matter if Fissure Stun comes out. Wow, that's huge. That illusion must have just died. Because I looked at the minimap real quickly to check, and there was one up.
Oh, okay. Maybe he got stunned during the last few seconds by Behemoth, so I've definitely had that happen many times before while playing Silhouette, so that sucks.
Good catch.
And I think if he maxed the trigger apple, he would have actually gotten out. I'm not saying he should have done it, but it's 4 seconds less cooldown. Yeah, they're going bottom though.
Cool. Nice catch onto the Swiftblade right there. Prophet actually leading the way. Puts the shared fade out again. Good for that slow as we see. Pretty powerful one, but the puzzle blocks Parasite. He easily escapes out of there in the end. And Behemoth is even hanging around. He's got that Shockwave ready to go, so he was kind of hoping that they would commit to chasing. He also saw Oogie and Pearl joining the party, so that could have been a pretty big fight here. But instead, Sync Esports, again, taking it back. They didn't have Silhouette, so that was probably, if anything, the reason why they chose not to chase. Not worth that risk there, so How about this from Oogie, by the way? He has the icon and now a beast heart on top of that. What?
I was just gonna mention that. I'm pretty confused. Is that gonna be Helm, Elder Parasite, Behemoth Heart? There's not much you can build with that item.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right here. Actually, legendary. That's right. Yeah.
Another icon?
That would be weird. Wouldn't make any sense.
I know.
Elder Parasite, there's like literally no point for that.
Well, he does auto attack pretty hard with that E spell. Every once in a while.
Sure.
It's not really what you want to go on Oogie.
I mean, an eventual, like the Helm into an eventual Behemoth Heart, I guess isn't like a horrible option, but that's just so weird. Seeing it on him if that's what he goes for.
Helm is not really good this game. Because you usually want Helm against a lot of minions, like a Tempest or Ophelia or something like that, and then you really benefit from the Helm. But when there's no like minion heroes, Helm is like not gonna be as effective as it otherwise would have. So I'm really wondering if he actually intended to buy the Beast Art, because I've never seen him pick that item up after the icon.
Exactly. That's because we know this player so well, and he's played this. Like that's what leads me to believe, honestly, in the end of the day, it was a misclick. Like, and he just simply didn't realize it, and he figures now, like, oh, well, I couldn't sell it in time, I might as well use it for the stats here, and then maybe eventually either use it or get rid of it. But, yeah, I can't believe that that was actually meant to be picked up. So, well, he has a little bit more life now, I guess, but it did hurt his farm also a little bit at the same time, you could say. Obviously, not getting his next item now. You know, something else that he usually gets, too, is a Gnome's Wisdom, which actually he's not getting here. As meanwhile, Magnus top lane, he's trying to escape. He even got dusted here, but he is going to be fine in the end. Makes his way out. But, yes, I don't know. It's just, that's all kind of different here. Yeah, not going the Gnomes, and I don't know what to think of that.
I don't think Gnomes is extremely good on Oogie. It's kind of overrated, in my opinion. In some scenarios, you will benefit from the item, and it will give you a lot of health, but for 2,000 gold, which you could have spent towards half a shrunken head, sometimes better just going for items. The item is definitely strong. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes you just want to go for more hard carry items than a Gnomes, which will just give you a bit more life every spell you make.
Yeah.
What if you can't make spells? Then you might have been better off investing to a shrunken head, you know. So.
Oh,
you're gonna find him top.
Yep, that's a big find. He has the Beast Art. He's a little tankier. It doesn't matter.
That wasn't even close to living.
No, it did not matter at all. He could have had a full Behemoth Heart there and still probably been dead. He did buy an Acolyte Staff, by the way. I wasn't even going to mention that before that death there, but yeah, he hasn't now even. So I mean, that's even I mean, that was 100% a misclick now. But he is going the Acolyte Staff for the eventual, I wonder? I mean, Frostfield play, it actually could be that.
I think it's going to be a sheep stick, because Legion has so many escapes. Like Magnus, Silhouette. They just want to lock people down and just kill them. I don't think Frostfield is that good.
Okay.
This particular game. There's a lot of magic damage as well coming out from Legion, so...
Yeah.
Surprised he actually didn't go Vestments.
Oh, yeah. That could have been big here.
Yeah.
You're like,
I don't think it would have made him live at top, but... The item in general
eventually.
Good this game. Yeah, exactly.
Speaking of that, too, Hellbringer, actually, the portal key picked up to go with the storage period, so... That's unexpected. Right there.
From now on, I'm never going to guess Sib's items ever again, because he just picks up random stuff. Last game, we saw a staff on Swift. First item, so I'm just going to stop guessing. But Portal Key is very good on Hellbringer, but usually people just buy it after Resto, at least I do, because it gives you, like, you can basically pick your timing. You stand really far back, and then you pick your timing for those two ultimates. He's going to try to find Swiftblade here, who, by the way, picked up an Nullfire Blade.
Yeah, so they have that now.
Okay. Well, during the draft, I said that they couldn't pick up a good Nullfire Blade hero anymore. But now that they have him in the mid lane and not running him as a hard carry, I definitely agree with the item, especially being an agility hero. Because now he isn't hard carrying anymore. He's playing your mid role.
Yep.
So going nullfire like pretty early on hard carry Swift isn't that good. So, but now he can do that. So well played.
Oh, Behemoth! He failed rotted up here. He ended up finding Magnus. Actually, he is going to fissure him. Masera going for the TP is going to be fine in the end. So
Cancelled.
oh, wait, did he cancel it? He must have canceled it.
Yeah, he cancelled it.
Oh, he's gonna make it think that they ported, I guess. All right, interesting.
Yeah, they probably know that he ported. Or Pearl? No.
Pearl's still like something doesn't feel right.
he found him. He's gonna get
oh my
caught.
Gosh. Yeah, no, he's gonna get caught by more now, and yeah, Masera is gonna be killed in the end.
Are you kidding me? That was insane by Love.
The second level mind games right there. Meanwhile, middle lane actually, Legionnaire does get the decapitate to finish off Swiftblade. Hellbringer was picked off prior to this. He did not get off his Malphus, by the way, so that's a good kill onto him. And that's a 1-for-1 in the middle lane. And actually now Prophet is still in a lot of trouble. Probably going to end up dying here, depending on what Parasite has. Oh, no, he doesn't have his combo, but he does have Leech. And there it goes. It comes out. Got more auto attack. Should get the kill on a Prophet, unless he just constantly jukes like he is. Unbelievable. He's going to live. And they almost turn it on to Parasite before he gets away. We're seeing such pretty crazy plays here, actually, this game.
Ooh. Slapped almost getting the mind game there as well, which
Yeah.
Love did at the top lane. Would have been insane to see two of them in a row.
I'm still shocked by the top lane, too. I mean, that was...
Yeah, exactly.
Like, didn't even make sense. He's just like, you know what? I feel like checking this now, just in case. And he happened to guess right.
Yeah.
So, well played.
That shouldn't have been successful. Died. He's been dying 2 times, going alone now. I wonder what he's thinking. He actually did go the Frostfield plate instead, and I really don't agree with that. He doesn't have a vestment, and now he's building Frostfield. Like, how are you ever going to catch people that are just going to escape? Like, Legionnaire has that shrunken head, so sure, he doesn't have an escape, but he'll just activate the shrunken head and run away. Magnus going to stun away, so that's going to swap. How are you ever going to catch people? I really don't agree with the Frostfield. But
yeah.
I don't want to be too negative about it, because
well,
at least Servet is not going to auto-attack him for very much.
Yeah, I know he's obviously it does tank him up more, of course, but I think what that logic comes down to is that he's just simply relying a lot more on his teammates to keep them in place. The Behemoth, you know, the Parasite with the Silence at least, and I guess that's kind of all they really have. So yeah, the more you look at it, maybe that's where the Sheepstake arguably is again the better, even if that is the case. So, well, he goes Frostfield as well as this Beastart that he has. So he is pretty tanky now, to be fair. But even despite that, yeah, he died at the bottom lane. And Legionnaire is still looking for another chance. He's got that Insanitarius, by the way. I don't even know if we really mentioned that there, but enhancing some nice damage here for the auto attacks.
Yeah. He did go the Shrunken before the Insanitarius also, by the way. So don't know if we mentioned that. Wild Hunter is gonna spot out Legionnaire, so they know he's here, and they might make a play accordingly. As you see, Behemoth is smoked up now. They're probably gonna make a play towards this. Stealth Hunter is gonna go invis again, and they're gonna scout it out, see what's up. Legion is not 5 there, though. Silhouette and Prophet are in the woods.
Hellbringer is very close, however. So if they do open, then a Hellbringer should be able to react right away. So yeah, it's a very close call here. A lot of Veiled Rod action here, middle lane. Oh wow, he also had an Invis. Okay, so the Veiled Rod came off, but he has an Invis rune on top of that. Double whammy. I guess the only benefit of that is just to prevent Rev Wards from seeing you. But Legionnaire pops a Shrunken.
No!
Oh! It was just outside the radius. I was gonna say, do they have anything? And they did with that, but he just missed it. Oh boy.
Oh, that was unfortunate.
Yep.
Now after the patch, the preservation actually goes through Shrunken Head, so it definitely would have stopped it. So
Uh-oh.
we're gonna go Proto.
Well, Magnus whiffed the stun initially, so that doesn't help this, actually. And now Behemoth is able to get his finish on off, but that shared fate's doing a lot of work. Where's the follow-up damage, though? Behemoth does go down. Here comes Silhouette jumping in. Oogie trying to hold. Again, he is pretty tanky right here, but the Magnus Eruption will do him in, and there's no buyback onto Oogie. It looks like Sync Esports is cleaning up here in this fight. Parasite is also going to be chased down into the base. A hat trick for Haxern coming out. Legionnaire ended up falling, but the rest stay alive. As they went pretty deep right there, too. I mean, the secondary tower was even still up. And it still worked out for Sync Esports.
Prophet is insane.
Yep.
You saw how much damage and slow that hero made in that particular team fight. The AoE on that ulti is actually insane now. So good.
It's
But
large.
it's down. What? Persecution on everyone? Debilitates on everyone?
Yeah, how long does Debilitate last for? Only 4 seconds. Okay, I guess it's not that long. Well, okay. So,
4 seconds?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's still a while, don't get me wrong, but it's just the idea that I thought if it lasts for like 10 seconds plus, like, yeah, throughout that fight, they would have been taking that 20% damage. But, yeah, I guess it would have been more so just initially. But still, yes, it is very strong. Even the 4 seconds. They actually fall back from Kongor, however. That's kind of interesting. I guess with Behemoth being up, they were maybe scared of that, but they choose not to commit to it.
Don't want to be clumped up in that Kongor pit, especially with Legionnaire that he just resurrected, so going for that Kongor kill might have actually been a way to throw the game. See Oogie now with the interesting item build. Good does go the Mighty Blade now after. I wonder if he actually thought that the Beast Heart was a component for Shrunken Head, because he now got the Mighty Blade.
If he just had that mind lapse, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's possible, but yeah, again, I'm still leaning towards the whole misclick idea here on Oogie. But again, it's a misclick, sure, but it's like, just keep it. I mean, if it's not taking up an inventory slot over something else, then, you know, why not? It is a, what, 250 max health here.
You have 15 seconds to sell it. Do you not realize what items you're building?
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Obviously, if he clicked it and then he did, yeah. However, the misclick happened. I mean, it did. Yeah, you are right though. He ideally should have sold it. But my point is, after that 15 seconds, where then he maybe kind of it hit him. He's like, oh crap, I have a beast heart. What am I doing? So, top lane. They catch Legionnaire actually. Several heroes. You got Swift, Behemoth, and Parasite.
No way.
I'm not sure what that was about. Yeah.
I can just kill him.
Oh, maybe he might have actually tried to jump Swift Blade, and then they countered him. So it probably happens.
He feels pretty safe with that Shrunken Head, thinking that there's no counter initiation from the Hellborn team, but you do have the Swift Slashes, which goes through that, and several other ways of just helping your teammate.
Oh, middle initiation. I was going to say, can he get the preservation off? He can. And look at the heal on top of that, but it's not enough. There goes the Frostfield Plate. Okay, chasing down Prophet. Shared Fate coming out, though. And Prophet going to be kited away. Silhouette just running the whole time, actually. And now he ports back to the bottom lane to continue pushing it out. So both teams kind of running from each other right there. Not having Legionnaire, I can understand maybe a little bit of a scare to try to commit to a big fight. But they get the Pearl kill at least.
Yeah, definitely. Hellborn is not out of this, though. They still have very good base defense. So Legion is going to have to make like good pickups before they push. Like this one, for example. What you got is going down. Yeah, that helps. It's one of the better heroes to kill, actually.
Just in case they weren't aware, they actually killed him.
Yeah.
So now Kongor... No, never mind. I thought again they were going to the Kongor pit, but no, they walk right past it. Going to continue to push out lanes here.
There's still that Behemoth. If Behemoth was pretty much any other hero, I think they would have gone Kongor right now.
True.
But Behemoth just makes people stay away from tower pushing and Kongor killing for the most part. It's really scary.
Resto Stone is getting close here for Hellbringer. Again, going the Storm Spirit on the Portal Key. Is going to finally have a Resto Stone, be able to double ultimate very effectively. He's level 16 as well, so AKA level 3 Malphus coming out here. Silhouette 4,300 gold. We're in a spot here where it's up for debate here as far as what he gets next. I think. Well, what would you like to see on Silhouette for his next pickup?
I think since Oogie didn't go Sheepstick, he's not gonna go Shrunken Head. If Oogie had Sheepstick, he would go to the Shrunken Head. He might end up going it anyway because he doesn't want to take any damage or be stunned. But usually something like a Wingbow and Frostal Skull would probably be a good follow-up for the items he already has.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, he's 4,800 gold now and counting, so Haxorin, a lot of options open for him. We'll see what he ends up going here. You see Swiftblade killing an illusion he happened to find with that Nullfire Blade. Meanwhile, a fight breaking out up here. Pearl does get picked off. Legionnaire dropping as well. Preservation in the background. Down goes Pearl. And so it is a 2-for-0 right there. Malphite's going to be killed off shortly after as well. So they ended up catching a couple and gets them a couple of kills. On the Hellborn side. Silhouette wasn't even remotely nearby, so couldn't assist for that fight.
Zibby almost died in top lane there. Parasite was still chasing him in that puzzle box, and immediately when he jumped out of it, got Storm Spirited immediately by Zibby. So nice reactions, and he was able to portal key away from danger.
Yeah. Didn't realize he was still.
Oh, mid lane, Magnus charging ulti.
Eruption in, catches Pearl. Oh, the Astrolabe though, aka the Soothing Presence. And now they're turning it Asphyxia into Magnus. Trying to catch him, get a stun off. Stomp, stomp, stomp. Nope. Figured he would try to chase him down.
Like, okay.
Yep. Magnus has been slippery here, man, in this game.
Yeah. He's avoiding a lot of ganks, apparently. Was trying to go for one there. Didn't really kill the Pearl. Pearl has 900 health, though. I'm surprised he didn't kill that in one hit.
Yeah. Should have.
Yeah, it feels like 900 health should die to a level 2 mag ulti with... I guess he has level 1 Steam Bath, and that might have been the difference. He has a couple of points in stats here.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that might be the difference.
Level
Probably the
Steam
difference,
Bath,
actually.
Level 2 Volcanic Touch. So yeah, he has several points in the stats.
Yeah.
Right here, interesting. What would that be? That'd be 3 plus 2 plus 1, I think. So yeah, he has 6 points in the stats if I'm doing my math correctly here. So interesting stuff there. But top lane, Silhouette, there's the jump. Does she have an illusion? She does not. She's going to split up, though. Can she get a tree grapple off? She can. Can she get out now is the question. She pops her Shrunken Head, which she just got, and she's going to get some turn kills, in fact. As Behemoth goes down, Swiftblade on the run now. So even without an illusion to swap to, she still manages to live. Swiftblade, he's on the run. He just pops the ultimate, and down goes Silhouette. They went for the turn kill on him, and Silhouette does it in onto, or excuse me, Swiftblade does it in onto Silhouette. Meanwhile, the middle lane, double tap for Formless coming out as a couple get caught. So big picture complexity actually winning that fight here.
It feels like both of the teams aren't really playing as a team. You got like 50% of the team going on one lane, and the other half is going on another lane for both teams. Magma's going mid with the eruption again.
Up here,
what you got. Okay, but both teams aren't really going as 5. They're always kind of split doing their own thing. Both teams, that is.
Yeah. It's kind of further here. Magnus, yep, he's going to go down.
Yeah. It's like watching 2 games at once.
Yeah. There's a lot of teams not being coordinated here in this game. A lot of just separate kills happening as a result. But man, a full Genjiro on Swiftblade, by the way. That's something. Fuzzy Sloth has actually managed really good farm here.
Yeah. He's gonna find a Hellbringer.
Maybe.
Or what? How can he not run up in that area? Alright. Maybe I'm just being too harsh on him, but running up in that area is usually a pretty good spot where heroes usually stand, so
yeah.
I mean, I would have done it, not to be like that, but if that was me playing Swiftblade in that current moment, I would actually run up there.
Just in
I'm not
case,
gonna lie.
yeah.
Yeah, just in case.
Would have been right there. Ooh, bottom lane almost catches Legionnaire, but can't get to him in time. A bit of Portakey away. So yeah, you're right. The shrunken head we did see on Haxer in that last fight ended up dying in the end because he got a little too, obviously aggressive there. But does have the shrunken. It's pretty defensive build here. But another nearly 4,000 gold, so offensive item I'm sure coming up next.
Usually when you go the shrunken route, you definitely want like something Savage Mace-ish to get like the. Since you're like going a defensive item, you kind of need a hard hitting item next. So Savage, good for that. Maybe he will turn into Wingbow as well, or go for a Wingbow. But definitely needs a hard hitting damage item. Some people even go Rift Charge. But I would expect some kind of a hard hitting item next.
Yeah. Ooh, Veldrot Magnus.
Yeah.
Scouting it out here. Seeing what's going on. We got 3,000 gold on Behemoth in the meantime. Where has Oogie been as far as farm? Okay, he has 2,800 gold saved up, so I guess just simply hasn't been able to get another big item yet. Again, I assume he's going to sell this Beast Heart eventually to then make something.
I think so too. I hope so. He should probably go Sheepstick next, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna, like, no matter what he builds, I don't think he's gonna live through the burst of the Legion team if they actually catch him before the Shrunken Head. So even if he has 4,000, 5,000 health, which isn't even possible on Oogie, unless he buys 6 hearts or something. But I think no matter what he buys, he's still gonna die with the initiation of the Legion team. They land all of their spells, so yeah. Would like him to go a Sheepstick, because they definitely need some more lockdown and just the surprise factor.
Yeah.
Can definitely change things.
Speaking of that damage item, they're getting close to the point of him likely purchasing it here. Hasn't really been able to kind of use the illusions and the split push aspect of Silhouette, I feel like, just yet. I mean, in fact, speaking of that, Swiftblade doing that up here at the top lane, using the illusions and going to apply some good damage to the tower before eventually being killed. But, you know, with this next damage item, whatever it is, the Savage, even the Rift Shard, something like that, I'm sure... Okay, go on the Wingbow here.
Yep.
On Silhouette, so that idea. Oh, Veiled mid. Oh, man, that was a chance, I feel like, to catch Oogie possibly.
God.
But...
Look at the situation in mid.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
That is ridiculous.
And they're not going to see each other.
Swiftblade shrouding past 3 Veldrots?
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't happen very often, but it's kind of funny to see.
It's one of those moments that, as players, you know, if they look back at the cast of the replay or whatever, it's like, oh, wow, we were that close. Magnus, he stuns in, by the way, on a Pearl. Malphite's coming out. They're really committing a lot right here. Malphite instantly dies to that Nullifier. And they're not going to get really anything else. So, yeah, that Malphite, that was a very aggressive one at that.
Only for a Pearl as well, from what they could see. Swiftblade was kind of close, but still out of range. Yeah, but Malphite seeing a Pearl seems a bit overkill. Definitely would want to use it when there's several heroes in one spot.
Yeah.
Which there are going to be. You can almost guarantee it. Because they want to help their teammates, so eventually they're going to stack up. And there's always going to be that sweet spot where you can drop your double Malphises. So finding a Pearl like that seems a bit iffy. Maybe they thought she was completely alone, but that wasn't the case, so. But if you look at the Golden Experience lead, it's starting to go in Complexity's favor, actually. It's been up there at like 10, 11k or something like that. I haven't really been checking up there, but I know that it's been above 10k in each category. But it's really starting to go in Complexity's favor, so. I don't know how, but sure. Yeah. It's good for them.
Yeah. No, like I was saying earlier, I mean, I think a lot of it actually has to do with Silhouette. She hasn't really been using that Silhouette factor yet of the split push. But now with the Wingbow, I would hope at least that idea is going to start kicking in here of any big Complexity tries to start pushing out themselves. All of a sudden they have to kind of worry about their base taking pressure. from Silhouette here. So we'll see about that taking place. I mean, Legionnaire, honestly, only having 4 kills and 2 assists at 40 minutes into a game, that's something you can look at too, especially one that clearly was playing very aggressive from the beginning, or that mentality. So guess maybe not being aggressive enough, but that's where complexity's positioning is being a key. So yeah, just a lot of these things kind of coming together here.
Yeah. Legionnaire has definitely dropped his GPM, as you said. If you look at their heroes, they have Magnus, Hellbringer, Silhouette. Everyone's just going to go to a camp in your woods and just instantly going to kill it. So it's very limited farm, and that kind of limits Legionnaire to when he got the portal key, he's just going to look for ganks. And that's pretty much what he's been trying to do this entire game, for the most part. And when he has done it, like the last 3 times or something, it's only ended up dying. So it's really not good for Legionnaire.
Yeah, you got Swiftblade down here. I was going to say, he's, we mentioned the Genjiro, the level 2 Nullifier Blade, so he actually hits really hard here, especially coming out of that Genjiro and the crit proc, something like that. But he's also getting into a spot where another item could be coming up soon for him, so again, kind of play that secondary carry, more the physical carry even, to the Ogi. A Silhouette comes down at the bottom lane to apply some pressure before the Illusion actually getting killed there by the Nullfire Blades. Never mind. Yeah, having that, of course, is huge, as we talked about. Storm Spirit finished on Behemoth here. Another tool to use to save one another. Yeah, Hellbringer using that Malphas. Again, he has a second one if he wants to use the Restless Stone here, or he could just wait for that 70-second cooldown remaining here, but
yeah, I think they're gonna wait. If they don't find like a really good opportunity, I think they're gonna wait.
Huh.
So probably nothing gonna happen. But Hellborn, there's no vision on the map right now. They could be going Kong. They don't know what we know, but
yeah,
they could definitely sneak a Kong right here without Legion knowing.
Well, oh, without Legion knowing, yeah, no, yeah, I guess
yeah,
Legion
without Legion
have,
knowing.
Yeah, you're right. They do not have vision right now. Do they have any words on them? Proffish. He does have 1 word on her. Him, whatever. Has the bound die and using that to attempt to counter word at least. He's going to get this one. Yes. So good job there. But yeah, wanted to get that vision up around the combo pit.
Did you see what he sold?
There's the... yeah, he sold the Beast Heart, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So they get rid of that, gets the sheep stick. Okay, so yeah, I mean, if anything, if people were still doubting it, yeah, I mean, again, it was a misclick, guys. But yeah, it happens.
Sometimes when you try to buy items before you die, you sometimes happen to buy them like before you die, and then you die, but you bought the wrong item. So you bought the item like second before you died, and when you die, you can't sell them, obviously. So then it's stuck there in your inventory. That might have been what happened.
Okay.
Trying to buy a component fast before he died while getting picked off, which he did earlier in this game 2 times. So
very true. Yep. That could have.
So that might have been. Yeah. I had it happen. It really sucks. Sometimes I end up buying like, whenever that happens, you usually end up with like some bad item.
Yeah.
If you really try to bad
I guess
fast.
I guess that's the thing to look at. It's like if you're gonna misclick an item. I mean, a Beast Heart is not like a horrible item to misclick. It's it's some health. It's some health that will help keep him alive ideally. So it could have been worse. Could have got like a Steam Staff or something like that, and you're just like, well, what do I do with this? So, Oogie, by the way, he's gonna get caught here. He needs that tank. Can he get the support in time? Sheer Fate comes out. He pops his Primal Surge, trying to live right here. He will live. The preservation happens. The second Malphas is going to come down. So far, Prophet's dead. Legionnaire is getting low. Yes, he will go down. Oge staying alive throughout it all. Silhouette, meanwhile, sitting way in the background, just putting the right clicks. Behemoth does jump in, though, with that shockwave, but Oogie does fall. So does Parasite. Silhouette is still well alive, and it's a hat trick for Haxor and coming out. I felt like there would have been buybacks the way that fight played out. But actually, there were no buybacks used. Behemoth, the only one alive for the Hellborn team. I thought for sure Complexity was winning that fight early on. And
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it. When Oogie didn't die to the initiation, you could kind of tell, or you would think that they would win the team fight because they survived the burst. But actually, Macera on the Magnus was actually being very patient in the background. So they're going to find Behemoth here.
Nope. There's a Storm Spirit, splits up, gonna get the kill. No, we cannot. The porta key from Behemoth.
Okay.
He's gonna survive.
Well, I was saying, they used all of their burst, except for one player. Macera was just standing in the back there, waiting for the perfect time, coming in at the end there, definitely making the difference there.
Good eruption from him, and has another 2,000 gold saved up for something else bigger coming up. But again, you look at after that fight, the golden experience, it's still nothing too drastic here, but the buyback on Swiftblade and Parasite is what you really have to take from that. Of course, that's going to start playing a role now as we start moving on, especially on Swiftblade, who was getting to a point where another big item actually could have been happening. But man, Silhouette, 5,100 more gold saved up. So Wint the Wingbow, she is in that funky spot now of like, okay, well, do you sell the portal key to buy another damage item here? I know portal key is considered really good on her, but what else can you do other than rebuy Shrunken, which still has 8 seconds?
I think he's just gonna save gold till another day or something.
Oh.
They're gonna find that's why I'm not talking.
Yeah, they caught Prophet right there. Legionnaire pops a Shrunken. He's on the run. Silhouette, though, he's ready to fight. Malphus does come out and catches Swiftblade, actually going to get him taken out. You see Oogie's in pursuit, though. Primal Surge up, gets to go to Legionnaire. Background Shockwave. I don't think it was the biggest right there, as Prophet and Legionnaire are dead, though. But the real Silhouette, I believe this is the real one here. Yep, she tries to true grapple away. She is going to get away initially, but not in the long run. Hat trick this time for Formless coming out. We got a back and forth game, ladies and gentlemen. Magnus is caught, too. And let's make it a quad kill for Oogie here. Being played by Formless,
Jesus.
and this time Complexity wins this fight.
Yeah. When fights take place during a longer time than others, Oogie really shines because of that massive Tarkwick spam. So that's exactly what happened right there. I don't think he missed a single one. Always being on top of those Tarkwicks there. So definitely the difference there, I think. Yeah, the Behemoth, the Shockwave, though, he got cancelled by Amalthus because he does dot damage around him. So he ran into Amalthus trying to PK. So all was really unfortunate. Probably could have won the fight even more convincingly because he definitely would have gotten a great Shockwave off right there because people were stacked up but didn't get it because of Amalthus.
Yeah, big nose.
They're going to go for Kong.
The Legion side is, yeah, they're going for Conger? Okay. Over here. Is there vision? There's a Revward here. That'll maybe spot something, give them an idea at least. But yeah, this is pretty blind for the most part. But yeah, about that last fight as well. Again, that was also with Swiftblade getting bursted pretty quickly from the beginning of that fight too. So they lost a lot of damage, or ideally a lot of damage from him. You know, no purge with the no fire and everything. But obviously still didn't matter in the end. As mentioned, Oogie, the fight was able to start lasting long enough to a point where he just started to roll them over. So there's that Conger kill token on. They give it to Swiftblade. Okay. Not Oogie?
That's probably because they feel like Oogie isn't really dying the last 2 fights. He's survived 2 initiations, and also he's pretty close to the next item. So if he got the token, he wouldn't be able to buy that next item. So that might be the reasoning there.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna go Resto Stone next from Oogie, having the double sheep, double frostfield, double shrunken, just gonna be a great item for this Oogie player.
Double ultimate's not too shabby either.
No, I feel like he can't buy a better item. You could argue Frostful Skull for a bit more slow and everything, but I really feel like if he has a Resto Stone, he catches the Silhouette. Although he has the No Stone on the Silhouette, but if he manages to catch anyone, they're gonna die no matter what.
They kill Prophet here really quickly. Double Malphus is used from Zibbe. He really thought they were going to commit there, and now Zibbe's in trouble himself. He's down to half life. The team support just wasn't here. I mean, Silhouette wasn't even close, so I don't know. That was really just kind of a panic reaction there from Zibbe, and he's going to end up falling. Yeah, that was a big waste of a double Malphus ultimate, and at a point like this in a game, you can't be making those mistakes here.
No, that is big, definitely. That's going to open up for a top push here, right here. Zip is dead for 60, and even if he was alive, that double ult is down, so... a lot of teamfight potential would drop there by him using those two Malphuses, so... They're not going to go for the top push, though. Actually being scared. Gonna look for another pickoff then, I guess. As you say, Legionnaire is actually playing really aggressive in the Hellborn Woods.
Yeah,
Don't know what's up with that. He can't really solo kill anyone at this point.
Oh, he's going to try for Parasite. He gets some help, but Behemoth comes in as well. It's a big cluster on top of one another. In the end, Parasite does fall in favor of the Legion side, but look at Swiftblade. Oh, he finds Silhouette. This is big. It's not the real one. It is. He realizes that with the nullfire, but it's not enough. The tablet also assisting right there to get away.
Yeah, cancelling the Swiftblade ult early, tableting Silhouette into the fog there. I don't think it would have mattered, but it's always frustrating to play Swiftblade and your ulti get cancelled because they go into fog. That's what happened right there with the tablet.
Nope. Legionnaire, he couldn't react in time to Behemoth here. Happened to blink in, saw him, but the Behemoth stunned before Legionnaire could maybe charge and decapitate there. So lucky little for Behemoth, but stays alive middle. No, that's an illusion Behemoth. Down here. Okay, there's a rebuy of the Shrunken Head from Silhouette. So back to 10 seconds. He also did buy post haste, by the way, so there you go. Yeah. Upgrading the inventory there.
Yeah, that's kind of what you need on Silhouette. When you have like 6 items, you definitely want to buy post haste. Because having a TP on the hero is very core. So for backdooring and just regenning with the ulti, swapping back. So not having a TP really hurts you. So I definitely agree with the post haste pickup. It's going to limit his damage a bit more since he already has like 1 damage item, maybe 2 with the Geometry Spain.
Yeah.
So, yeah. He's actually pretty low on damage, but I'm surprised Swiftblade got the Frostwolf Skull instead of the Wingbow, considering Silhouette's build. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Because Wingbow is definitely better damage item than Frostwolf's, and also he would have been able to dodge a lot of the attacks coming from Silhouette, which has been why he's died the past couple of team fights. Silhouette's auto attack, so.
Ogi also goes his own Frosto Skull, actually. So, you know, we're talking about that with the Resto Stone possibly. But he likes a Frosto Skull in the end, tanking up a little bit more. Meanwhile, the catch over here onto Legionnaire. Preservation throwing down. Parasite going to chase, and there's the fissure to lock him in play. So, going to secure the kill onto Legionnaire here. But look at Silhouette bottom lane is pushing it in. You see Swiftblade spinning, dropping a half-life right there. Is he going to try for an opening, though? He does have support coming in. He does have the token, I guess. Okay, it's only 10 seconds on the token, so he kind of almost wanted to die there, but now he needs to get back and make sure he doesn't here. So yeah, that is going to wear off, actually. And it'll be third Kongor is most likely something that we could see here now coming up, which would be Bananas, of course, in this game here. As double damage bottom, they give it to Oogie.
It's going to be huge if they find them.
Yeah.
I don't think they are good, though. There's no vision on the map, only in the top part of the map.
Yep, not going to happen. Yeah, the vision definitely is pretty dark right now. For Sync especially. Yeah, I guess
for both teams even.
Yeah, that's true.
Kind of equal.
I guess.
It's a lot of rev words from Hellborn.
Rev words. Is there a Bound Eye still? No? Yeah, Prophet still has one.
He's had it for quite a while. I don't know if he rebought one, seeing as he has 30 gold right now, but he's had a Bound Eye for the most part of this game. That's playing a factor with the vision, at least.
Yeah. I was going to say, you see Hellbringer, Sheep stick in the works for him, and of course having the Resto Stone. I mean, double Sheep as well as the double Malphus now to come here. And he has a portal key for that matter.
Yeah, definitely. If he's able to click all of his keys on his keyboard, then it's going to be good. If he can't do that, then it's going to be underwhelming. Because there's a lot of buttons to press with the items he has right now.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely, again, one of these close games where it is anyone's. I mean, the fact that complexity is ahead now after Seika's upwards, you're mentioning earlier, around a 10,000 goal lead or so, and around experience the same. So it's been a bit of a swing for complexity, yes, but no doubt Sync still has a shot, and Silhouette, of course, the big factor of that. He has been trying to push this bottom lane, but got to give credit to complexity. They've addressed it pretty well. Again, the nullfire on Swiftblade, of course, helps with that. And you see the tower down 190 life here, so is close to being killed.
Silhouette's damage at this point is kind of like bad. I don't want to be negative, but he's sitting on 260 damage. It's just not enough at this point in the game. He doesn't have Frostwolf to slow his targets to be able to keep attacking them. He has nothing, like no damage item, like Wingbow. It's too low. He's not going to be able to attack the Oogie down, who's sitting on 4k health, especially with that Primal Surge up, spamming those spells. I would like to see him buy another damage item instead of maybe the Nullstone, but he can't really because of Sheepstick on Oogie. He's going to get sheeped every fight, so he's really in a tough spot.
Ooh.
That was close.
Yeah.
See, if he didn't have the Nullstone right there, he would have definitely died. Because Oogie would have sheeped him instantly.
Yep.
But he's kind of in a really tough spot, and I really feel like he put himself in this spot himself by buying the Shrunken Head when he didn't really need to, because Oogie didn't have a sheep yet. When we talked about it earlier, he definitely could have bought a damage item and probably would have made a difference in some other fights as well.
That's very true. And yeah, it's understandable if Axion's having that same logic now, or the thought process even of, sure, I have 7,000 gold, but what the hell do I buy? Kind of spot. So it is a tough call, no doubt. So having to deal with that. As up here, there's a catch, by the way. Oogie, he is the target. They post-haste it in with a puzzle box or something. But anyways, Swift Slash is going to be used coming out. And they get a turn kill on a Magma so far. Legionnaire goes down as well. Silhouette, she's really trying to chase for this kill. But again, Oogie, if you don't kill him quickly, this is what will happen. He stays alive and a lot of damage starts coming out. And they turn that completely once again.
And that is a prime example of what I was talking about. You had Silhouette spawning the Geobane and his ultimate. That's basically two Silhouettes and two Silhouette Illusion that is beating on the Oogie with two other players and stuns. And they didn't manage to bring it down. How are they ever going to kill him during a team fight? Like, having five players focus one hero like that, it's going to be very hard.
Yeah,
what happened?
Well, Silhouette, she started pushing the bottom, and then literally a second she went to fall back from the creep wave. Behemoth jumps in for a shock wave and actually ended up missing Silhouette as a result. So the timing just happened to be very coincidental right there and perfect for Silhouette at least to stay alive. But yeah, you're right. The damage is so weak right now for the Legion side. It's definitely not where it needs to be even to kill this Oogie. That's definitely evident by now if it wasn't already. And it's really making this. That's where you have to go down. Like, Haxrin has to either get rid of the Portal Key or the Nullstone and just get like a Savage Mace here. I really don't think that's debatable at this point. I mean, we've seen now several times that they're not getting damage from anywhere else other than her. So it's risky, sure, but you got to take the risk or else this game is going to not go in your favor, I feel like. And here goes that third Kongor. They're going to easily get it. It's not even any contest here.
It's going to be bananas too, I think.
Yep.
Okay.
So
but
now,
Haxrin? Oh, sorry.
Well, I was going to say, so now what do you do here? I guess Token on Swift and Bananas, yeah, on Parasite probably, okay.
Yeah, Oogie's not dying. We saw that in the top right there before. But with Haxrin? Oh, what?
Well, sorry. Wait, that was the second Conger kill. Because, yeah, it looks like there wasn't Bananas. I was just kind of taken back by that by a second.
Okay.
So, yeah, I guess it was the second.
Okay. Yeah, you're probably right.
All right.
This game is 1 hour long soon, so I figure there will be 3 Conger kills.
Yeah.
I haven't been keeping track. Swiftler's going to be shrouding up here. They're going to... I think they're going to find him.
They're looking.
Legion wants to go, but there's so many Hellborn players up here. 2 of the Legion players are bottom. They both have post-haste though, so they're going to be able to join pretty fast. They're not going to do it though. Going to escape instead.
So you were saying about Haxtron, I believe, if we're cutting you off
Yeah,
there.
yeah. He can sell the null stone for a damage item and still have the PK for great positioning, but then he has to pick a timing where he doesn't get cheaped by Yogi immediately, and he can't keep fighting if his Shrunken goes down. He's gonna have the Shrunken as his damage time. Like, I go in during the Shrunken head, I'm gonna deal my damage now, and when it's down, I'm gonna go out, because otherwise I'm gonna die. Or he can sell his portal key, but that's gonna limit his position.
Oh.
They're gonna find the bottom though.
Oh my gosh, that was insane. So, Silhouette literally, portal keys in, speaking of that, to the tower here, trying to finish off. He splits up the Geometer's Band, he goes for it, immediately Behemoth jumped in. By the way, Legionnaire's being caught here, going for that double damage here. Malphus comes down, it's killed instantly, of course. The second one comes down, they can't instantly kill that one. But they're still chasing on the Legionnaire is Oogie, and he is going to get the kill, it looks like. Yes, he will. But now Oogie, he is actually being locked down by the Legion team. Persecution is up. Down goes Prophet. The Star Spirit to help save Oogie right here. Eruption going to be used. But again, Oogie is just too tanky. They do not have the damage. Can't say it enough right here. Preservation comes out. Legionnaire bought back, only to die once again. And Silhouette just has to get the hell on out of there. Only 500 or so life onto her. So that went for that the double shockwave at the bottom lane that Oscar had with the Resto Stone. Silhouette was able to swap out before dying initially, and then the fight in the middle broke out to where the Legion team loses that one. Now they do get the bottom tower, actually, as Magnus is able to successfully kill it here. And actually may end up getting away, too. But they are counter-pushing middle in the process, and I don't think this is being stopped. This will be a set of racks at least for complexity. So, hold that though. Swiftblade, token of life. The Rax isn't dead just yet. They get the token to be used. Oh, but he's able to spin first, and he gets away. Whew.
Okay, we finally got our answer. Haxtron stole the portal key for a Genjiro, which is what I was thinking to mention. Which I think is a great. It's probably the best thing he could have bought to keep up the backdoor. As you see, he's using the Genjiro right there to get in on the racks. Not going to do much damage though, but selling your PK, which is your mobility item, for a Genjiro definitely makes sense. You're going to find him bottom though. No addition up. But the Shroud is going to make him run away. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Genjiro definitely seems like it was that nice medium there for the mobility, but plenty of damage output, of course, coming out from
Savage would still be better damage, but I think that he's going to be a bit exposed if he has Savage. So going Genjiro is, as you said, a middle ground. So I don't know if it's still going to be enough, but it's definitely better than his item set before.
Yeah.
In terms of damage, at least.
I was going to say about Legionnaire, too. I mean, Legionnaire did kind of go for a damage assisting himself. We mentioned these Sanitarians. He has a Soul's Borg now. I'm sure he's trying to even finish a full Demonic Breastplate. But we've seen in these last fights, and actually there's definitely going to be something happening here.
Go on Hellbringer.
Oogie's
He
sitting
can go on
here.
Hellbringer.
Yep, there's the jump on Hellbringer. Immediately kills him. No Devil Malphus for you, they say. And Prophet falls down shortly after. The others are going to get the hell out of there. Magnus, he's still around for now. Gets dusted, but he does TP out before he actually got caught there. So good getaway by him. But the lead is just gradually growing and growing here for the Hellborn side. And yeah, Swiftblade having that Savage Mace now to go with the Genjiro, the Frosted Skull. Boy, is he expensive here with his inventory.
Yep, definitely. It's always scary to go up against a Swift late game with the 6 items and the crits coming out and definitely dealing a lot of damage to anyone on this Legion team. Not really having a huge tank like the Sugi, for example.
Yeah. This Illusion Silhouette is causing a lot of distraction. He's killing the players here, actually, of Pearl and Behemoth. He's forcing them to fall back to the well. They finally will die, but again, the Illusion of Silhouette, don't mess, it's dangerous. Oh, by the way, look at that, Harkons.
I know, I was just going to mention that.
Wow.
So, I think that's not what he should have done. I think that's a mistake.
Oh, they jump him right here. The double Behemoth ultimate. Silhouette dropping. He is going to barely stay alive in the background. He gets away some way, somehow. Profit is going to go down. I mean, he did have a buyback. I'm sure he still would have had a buyback. Yeah, here comes the first Malphite. The second Malphite also coming down. Preservation is put out, though. I feel like Zibe is getting a lot of these off with just no follow-up, though. It's several times that's happened now. Now we do see a later follow-up. Legionnaire jumps in. Silhouette pounding in the auto attacks, actually. Swiftblade, though, holding his ground. And so is Oogie once again. Oogie's just too strong. They cannot take him out, Harkons or not. Now he pops the shrunken head, and down goes Silhouette. He does have that buyback. It's his final, not his final one, but he wouldn't have another one here. They're diving all the way to the well, though. Legionnaire goes down. Look at Silhouette dropping to Oogie as soon as he turns his attention to him. Oogie's just unkillable right here. Storm Spirit in the air. Now he's going to start running away. By unkillable, I mean, well, he actually might be killed. Okay, he does go down. I guess that's what happens when you dive all the way to the well for as long as they did. So a little bit of throw there from Complexity, you could argue. But I still think they're in a decent spot here at least.
There's definitely potential for Sync to still win the game if that ever happens again. And they're in position to split push. But yeah, the Harkins on not Swiftblade, Silhouette. I really feel like, as I tried to express earlier, that he needs either Portal Key or No Stone to be able to have a good team fight, because now he's really exposed and his Shrunken is only down to 6 seconds. Granted, he can rebuy it again, but having neither PK or No Stone in this particular game, it's going to be so suffer for him to actually make use of his items. Like, he has a lot of items, and yeah, he deals a lot of damage now with the Harkins. But I don't think he's going to be able to deal damage. I think he's just going to die, get sheeped or whatever.
Yeah.
Before he's actually able to do damage, so I don't agree with the Harkins. I definitely think he should have bought something else instead of the Harkins if he actually wanted to sell the PK. But I'm not playing, so I can't buy his items.
That's what I like to hear, though, the inside, and get your valuable opinion on that. So that is an interesting point to bring up. I will say in general, too, there's a lot of gold being pulled up. I mean, a lot of these players are having to make some pretty tough decisions as we're now 67 minutes into this game just about. You got 5,800 on Magnus, 5,100 on Parasite, 6,000 on Oogie, of course, right here, who, by the way, has 29 charges on that icon. I don't know if we really referred to that much throughout this game, but that's nice to have. 29 charges on that icon of the Goddess is also a big reason why it's helping to keep him alive in these fights here. Fight bottom lane could be possibly happening here. Look at this triple or quad ballista push as Behemoth jumped in. He did not realize more were here, though. He gets locked down and eventually killed. He does not have a buyback here. This is a bit of an opening now for Sync. Here we go. Malphite comes out. It does catch Swiftblade. There's one of two. No, the second one. Okay, never mind. Anyways, they fall no further. Swiftblade goes down. Oogie's on the run. There's a lot of burst off the bat, but he does live initially. But look at this. Sync Esports is winning a fight. Hat trick for Haxerin, and he wants more, actually. He's going for Oogie. He's going for the genocide. The sheepstick comes out. The stun misses, and Oogie will be fine. And now if you're Sync, don't go too deep here. That's the biggest thing to know right here. They are going to kill the Rax.
They're going to get Megas.
Really?
Are we? Yeah, they're going to get Megas. There's no... They can't defend this.
You're right.
There's no way they can defend this.
Oogie is going to die here, in fact. He does have a buyback.
Are you kidding me?
But
Sync is actually going to win?
all it took was one fight. You're right. This is very likely the game right here. Unless Oogie and Parasite can manage to do something. 20 seconds for Behemoth here.
Tower is so low.
Parasite goes in, but Magnus is going to survive, and now Parasite's in trouble. Oogie wants that kill. He will get the kill, but now he needs to run. Parasite did end up falling. The racks are falling again. If it does fall, that will be Mega Creep. 6 more seconds on Behemoth. Oogie, can he stay alive throughout this? The sheepstick comes out. No, he cannot decapitate. He has a second and final buyback. He's right here. Behemoth is up. It's not Mega Creeps just yet. They need to stop that Silhouette from getting it for now. Can they save the ranged racks? Kill Silhouette, the real one? Yes, they can, actually. Down goes Silhouette. The ranged racks will still have. Hellbringer jumps in. He can't get it either. They stop it. And they prevent the ranged racks from going down, which prevents the Mega Creeps from actually happening. So they still have hope here on Complexity, but that is unbelievable how Sync literally just all of a sudden, like that pick on Behemoth just set up all of that.
I am shocked.
Yeah.
I am seriously in shock how this happens. Okay, I'm buying Harkins on Silhouette next time I play Silhouette. That was insane.
Yeah.
But I told you, I know he does damage, but I just didn't think it would be like that. Because I don't know, they got the picks and then it just snowballed. But in a straight up team fight, I still stand by my arguments. But you saw what Harkins did for him there. That was insane.
Now
my god, they actually got all of the racks.
Yeah, except
Almost.
that one range racks, which you can tell, look at complexity. I mean, they got rev hordes down around it. They know that this might as well be the shrine right here. Because especially after the change to the mega creeps and that more recent balance patch, you're not coming back. I mean, the creeps just get insane. Not only the damage and everything, but the speed that they move at. It is just ridiculous to deal with. So they're going to protect this at all costs. Swiftblade is literally just camping, and he's playing a sniper in Counter-Strike right now, just like sitting next to it. Oh, no, he is going out now as they say that, but you can tell the priority is there absolutely. So now it's interesting for Sync what kind of play they're going to try to make. At the same time, they know that as well, that how important that is. So I wonder now you do got to be careful, because if you're Sync here, you don't want to outright just dive this thing. Because if you dive and then don't have a buyback in certain cases, I guess they still have buybacks really on everyone. I mean, Legionnaire doesn't, but, as long as you have it on Silhouette, that's the key here, which he has the one. So they could try to risk at least one kind of dive to try to finish it, I guess. But
yeah, I think the correct kind of play would be to farm buybacks on the heroes that has it and just all in on that racks. Just don't care about heroes, just attack the racks, because it's a range racks. Fairly squishy. Didn't mean to cut you off, but I think that's the play they have to make here.
Yeah. 71-minute game here. Who would have thought?
I didn't expect this at many points of the game.
Yeah.
It's like at one point Sync were ahead, and then started snowballing Complexity's favor. They were winning a team fight, pushing mid racks, and then they kind of dove, and then they died, and then they got picked off, and now this happens with the racks. Not how I pictured it, to say the least.
I guess if there's going to be a longer game, as far as heroes that would be involved, Silhouette is up there that probably could be involved. Again, she can really draw out games with how her play style fits. So this is that third Congo now. So this time Banana should drop. There we go. It's a token for Hellbringer. Bananas, we'll see. They kind of figuring out what they want to do here. He just drops a Veiled Rot that he had, and Magnus will pick it up. So now you got the token on Hellbringer, actually. So not giving it a Silhouette, that's a little curious. But yeah, I guess you can't really drop anything that's worthwhile. So I figure it's just best to give it to Hellbringer here. Make sure he can get off his ultimates.
He already got rid of the portal key and the no stone. Dropping another item would be pretty bad.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, Swiftblade, he's scouting out again. Now they have a Bound Eye, of course. Oh man, he blinks away. Actually, Prophet. I was a little surprised. Maybe they could have gone onto him, but choose not to. But again, complexity, like they're really just circling around this range racks. They've been patrolling it ever since this has happened here. With Sync taking everything out but it. I mean, again, this range racks was also it was down to 150 life or so. They could have probably denied it, which obviously would have been the dumbest thing ever, but that's how low it actually was here.
There's no homecast funcast here.
That's old school. Deny it for the mega creeps. That would be something. So even without mega creeps right now, obviously, again, complexity, they're literally just waiting for Sync. Complexity can't make a move themselves. The second they even remotely try to do something, you can probably guarantee that Sync's going to be in their base, killing the range racks, and then might as well say GG. So they really just have to just simply play the reaction game here. So even though we're already 73.5 minutes in, and that's all that's left, this game could still honestly last a bit longer. Now, as I say this. Oof, that's so risky with the Bound Eyes and everything.
Yeah.
There we go again.
Shotting.
Yeah,
they really want to make a play before anything happens here.
He's just like, come on, fight me. He doesn't have a shroud or anything. He just literally ran on up. He's trying to draw them out here. Yeah, so again, the complexity really is trying to pick a fight here.
We're putting down rev wards to Sync here to see when they actually do it. So the next time, now they're prepared. If they do it again, I would think that complexity is going to be punished for it.
Swiftblade. He's kind of protecting it. Here we go. Illusion's being sent in. Spins down the creep wave. Magnus just kind of harassing. Obviously, the Hellborn side, they have to really pay attention to that bottom lane that's being pushed in. At least the middle lane, they do have the Rax killed themselves. So it's just kind of rinse and repeat right now. As far as gold being saved up, Hellborn side especially has definitely spent most of it. You do see it's a 10-second shrunken once again onto Oogie here. So has that to work with now. 5,000 more gold on Hellbringer, 6,000 on Silhouette. Obviously, buybacks are really the crucial aspect here, so it's anything what they're saving for. Oh, now's the time. Here we go. There's the Shrunken. He's going right for the Shrine. Behemoth in the background jumps Legionnaire. Silhouette is just focusing the Shrine. He doesn't care about anything else. There's the invulnerability. Silhouette is starting to drop. I believe she swapped out, though. She is going to be fine. Oogie's still one alive. So far, Prophet is dead. Now Behemoth is dead. A 1-for-1. Silhouette goes back into the background, but Silhouette is going to die. He does have his final pieback. Is he going to use it here? He's not. He's going to stay dead, and complexity actually holds against the ranged Rax. Unbelievable. This game is just going to be something here as far as the finish goes.
Yeah, the preservation from Pearl pushing away Solette while having the Shrunken, preventing him from dealing any damage, and then also the Glyph coming out. So
yeah,
definitely having many tools to defend this one squishy range Rax. Okay, but now they're going to have a 5-minute window to just man up on this range Rax. Without there being a Glyph up, it's going to be fairly easy. They do have the preservation again, but I think they're going to be able to if they just do it right away. And Solette not buybacking there, that's the right call. Anyone who would have bought back right there would have potentially lost the game for your team. Yeah. There's no point in just buybacking there because he would have been out of buybacks. And if that ever happened again where they push and they don't succeed, Hellborn's just going to push themselves.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe buyback at like post-haste in, but yeah, you're right. That would have been such a risky play and arguably not worth it. So he does stay dead, and obviously the no downside of it really. Complexity doesn't really get a whole lot of counter push in there, understandably. So yeah, he just simply resurrects. He rebuys the Shrunken again. Back to now, this is the second time he's done that, but he got to spend the gold somehow. Obviously, you know, only having the one buyback and nothing else. So might as well keep it at 10 seconds as much as you can here. Again, the range racks as well. For those that may not know, the regen on it's very heavy compared to most other buildings. And you see right here, it's obviously back to full life even. So that's the good thing about the range racks for complexity, to where if they don't lose it in a fight, then ideally it will be back to full by the time. So, I mean, we got to think about you bring up a good point about the invulnerability being down now. So you meant it's a 5-minute cooldown. It's had to have been at least a couple minutes here. So there's maybe about a 3-minute window or so for Sync now to try to really make it happen. But look at this, Swiftblade going aggressive again. He finds Prophet. Prophet's going to die right away. And then they'll fall back unless Hellbringer says something about it. He pops down Malphus. Here we go. Legionnaire comes up at the top. The preservation used to push back. And the fight breaking out big time. Second Malphus comes down. Oogie well alive. Silhouette not so much. Silhouette's on the run. Oogie chasing him down. Eventually gets him to swap out, but did his job right there. So far, Prophet is the only one dead, actually. Unbelievable. The range racks. Look at Silhouette. He's going for it. They know this. They're playing a freaking sport balls game. And Swiftblade, he goes down, but Silhouette does as well. They chase him all the way to the range racks. It's protect the racks at all costs, and it's working here for complexity. I've never seen anything like this. This is just unbelievable. I mean, I guess for a Shrine or a World Tree, we've seen it very, very few times, but for a one rack speed up, the way that they're defending it is just unbelievable.
Yeah, you did see the Pearl. Swiftblade got initiated on. Pearl used the preservation and bought time for Swiftblade to actually pot the spin and the geometry spin after. So he actually lived. So the reason they actually did win that fight was because of the Pearl's ulti. Definitely playing a huge role there. Legion had troubles moving into the bubble, and even when they did, you saw Behemoth doing a big shockwave there. Actually 2 shockwaves.
I wonder. I don't know if you would know, but just like Pearl's ulti, the preservation, would it prevent like silhouette attacks from outside of her? So many range attacks from hitting like the racks if the preservation's over the barracks?
I don't think so. I think it only works for heroes.
Okay. So that's what I would think too, but yeah, that's kind of just hit me for a second, like, because that would be crazy too, being able to do that on the barracks if that was the case. But
Yeah, that would be pretty strong.
yeah,
It says creates an area for your allies that stops all incoming damage.
yeah, I think it is just heroes. Yeah, look, you're right there. Whew, 80-minute game right here, but yeah, I mentioned like it's sports ball in a term, but no, it really is reminding me though of like an actual like a soccer match or football match. Like this is that objective that the offense is trying to get to, and complexity is the defense in this case, and they're just doing everything they can to keep them off of the racks. And that's now 2 fights, and now again the vulnerability is going to be back up here for the next fight.
Up. The next time they're gonna be up there, it's gonna be up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right on that one. But I think the reason complexity is mainly winning these fights is because they were doing it many times before, and the racks actually went down. They lost the racks due to being picked off. But as far as team fights were concerned, before the racks and now after 2 times, they actually won the fights. And I still feel like that's because of the form they have on their heroes, and the heroes themselves are just so much better at this point than the Legion.
Yeah. Whew. All right, ready and go. So looks like we're good. I was confirming there, by the way. Evil Corporation did take the second game off of Mystery Gang, so they split their series right there as well. So another split series for Mystery Gang in that case.
Oh,
and point there for Evil Corporation. All right.
Love. Did he get that word? No. He missed. Love is trying a word up here in the top woods, and there actually is one pixel you can put that ward on, and it will give very good vision. And he tried for it, didn't manage. Otherwise, that's a great heads up by him. Actually, didn't even think about it.
This ward is set
yeah,
up here, okay.
Yeah, there's one pixel. There's one pixel
Really?
where you can place that ward. Yeah.
That's interesting. Even with the trees up and everything, it would see over it?
Yeah. They would see
Wow.
over all of the trees in a very huge area, like the full radius. Like if you click on the ward, you will see this big circle. That's exactly the vision it gives in that particular area.
That is pretty crazy. So again, got to reset some things. Constantly having to deal with this bottom lane is where they're always going back to it. And as a reminder too, again, they're not. It's not like, well, at least they're getting like good farm out of this constant creep up pushes. Again, the gold gain you get from them is also nerfed. On top of them just having more life and doing more damage, I mean, faster and all that. So, up here.
It would be great for them to get all this gold, but they don't have buybacks. So you're just farming to put, like, you're not even farming, you're just pushing out the waves, because I don't think they want to swap out too many items. If they had buybacks, they could farm, like, if Sync let this go for too long, Hellbone would just have 2 buybacks, and eventually they're going to always be able to save the range racks with that. But they don't have buybacks, so
Yeah.
it's kind of counters the farming part.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, you definitely can't blame Complexity for just hanging in here so much and really trying to make something crazy happen. But the chances are still very, very, very slim, let's be honest. Now, there was a little bit of a chance right here for a fight. You see they're immediately TPing back, though. I was going to bring this up to you. It's like, we're so focused on this range racks here. Is there any argument that could be made that, bottom lane? I feel like there's going to be something. There definitely is. There's the sheep stick on a silhouette. The immediate burst on him. He's dropped to half-life. He is good, though. He will survive. Pearl does get picked off before she can put out the preservation as well. Meanwhile, looking back at the top, they're doing the back door. Malphus is down with Prophet, so that was a strat all along, trying to distract the Hellborn team. They're busting out everything, man. And again, it comes up short. Love the creativity, but it just didn't start as planned there for the Legion side. So
if they did that with Silhouette top instead of Hellbringer, they would have gotten rage tracks, I think. I think Complexity gave them enough time to actually finish them off, but it was a Hellbringer. Granted, he dropped the double Malphus, but those doesn't really hit that hard on buildings.
True.
It's actually kind of underwhelming. So,
you know, should they be buying puzzle boxes here on the Legion side? Like, is there that? Like, those are good for pushing.
Yeah, I guess Legionnaire and Magnus can buy puzzle boxes, but it's kind of a pricey items. And as we mentioned before, Hellborn is farming all of the 3 lanes because they're being pushed up. So there's not really a whole lot of places to farm for Sync at this point.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to just all of a sudden just bust out a puzzle 3, unless you want it on Hellbringer or something like that. But then he has to get rid of another item. But it could be decent, but I don't think that's going to make the difference. So I would say don't go for it.
Now, this is an item we'll only ever see at points like this, that being the Charged Hammer coming out for what you got here on Parasite. It's obviously very good at creep clearing, and that's the sole purpose here, and trying to help the counter push. So it's definitely not an item expected to see in most 99% of cases, but this is not 1%.
Everyone on Hellborn has post haste at this point. Swiftblade should buy a Whispering Helm, go to the jungle, take over hard creep, and send it somewhere close to the Legion base. So if they actually win a team fight, they'll be able to post haste to that creep and actually like start a push. Yeah, Legion might get mega creeps, but they will definitely like get a mega creeps in return, hopefully. But that should be their next thing to do, is buy a Whispering Helm and just send a creep all the way down there.
Yeah. No, that's a great point, because, yeah, there's no way these creep waves are getting any kind of push here for the Hellborn side. So having post aces, obviously, it makes sense, but, yeah, if you have nothing to port to you, then almost what's the purpose? So, yeah, I definitely like that idea. I wonder if Complexity is going to have any of the same concept, the logic there. I mean, Fuzzy Sloth, he does not have buyback, so really, it's not like he'd be saving his gold for something.
Exactly. But you could argue that Parasite has a puzzle box, and if he's down there, they will be able to port to the puzzle box. But I still feel like he's not going to get there, like, if he wants to be in the fights.
Yeah.
And I don't think they want to fight 4v5, so...
Yeah. And why not try for it now in this downtime, if anything? Well, not a whole lot's going on. So, invulnerability, again, I still think should be down at least another minute or two. Swiftblade, they may jump. There's a sheep stick. Here we go. It's round number 5 right here. And Malphuses are coming down. Will this be it? Silhouette's just pounding at the range rack. That's going to be mega creeps. That probably does it for Sync Esports. A second Malphus comes down. The preservation wasn't enough. Silhouette, she is getting low, but she ports out of there. Going to be fine. But now with mega creeps spawning, the Legion side can feel a lot better, and a sigh of relief for them. And now Complexity, they're on a time clock. They lose Parasite in that fight, by the way, and Behemoth also ends up going down, actually, up here as well. Legionnaire was still fighting. So here we go. This is that clock now. Give it about 2 minutes or so.
The creeps are so fast.
Yep.
Like, they are almost haste speed at 50 minutes into the game, and now it's 85 minutes into the game. They are so fast. I don't think they're going to be able to defend this. But Swiftblade buying a Rune Cleaver 85 minutes into the game to try to counterpush, which is probably the right decision at this point, because the Mega Creeps, they're going to be able to defend it forever. This game is not over, but they're going to be able to defend it forever with this Rune Cleaver. I might have said that the game was over and they're not going to be able to defend, but when I saw the Rune Cleaver, I immediately changed my mind. I didn't think of that. They're going to be able to defend the Mega Creeps for however long they want to.
Well, it's, yeah, a little bit, but again, where does this lead? At the same time, Sync is just kind of sitting back and almost just watching as a spectator now, kind of. It's like, sure, they can defend enough to maybe not lose their shrine, but they just can't do anything with that. And, you know, the other thing I noticed about the last fight, too, Parasite, one of the only ones that died, again, that's the guy that, if anything, they need to stay alive for that puzzle box to be able to kind of backdoor or set that up at least, you know, not go in the Whispering Helm ideas you're talking about. So this is just like Complexity's going through so much effort right here. And, again, I understand it. Obviously, this has been a hell of a game here. But it seems like it's going to be all for naught here, unfortunately. Not even giving themselves... Okay, there we go. Behemoth does buy a Whispering Helm here, so somebody bought one. He's popping the Vilderot. They realize now that, yeah, this is their best bet probably. So he's going to go for it here. Yeah. No, I agree. I love that attitude right there. I've seen so many times where teams, like, as their shrine's, like, going down, they concede. It's like, just let it finish, man. Now he takes over Skeleton King. Okay, it's a pretty slow. I don't know if that. I guess he can't like sit here looking for a better one. To be fair, but
No, there's not much time.
yeah, kind of has to go
But
with
he
what they
should
got.
put the Whispering Helm in his stash so they can't see it. Because if they do see it, they're going to start looking for creeps. They definitely have the time to do it. So
True.
he should not show it, which he is doing, actually. I think that's a mistake. At least dropping it. I mean, that's a mistake, honestly. But I don't think it's gonna...
He did get rid of it here, so yeah, he just did it later.
Yeah, but I think if Sync were paying attention, they should have seen it.
Yeah.
And they should know what's up. And also, they do have a ward spotting the Skeleton King walking there. So
Yeah.
Slap just running over there, trying to kill it. They do have defensive wards, and they're going to spot the Skeleton King yet again. So not going to make anything happen. He's actually going to find it right there. Killing it. So, yep. I wonder if that's actually because he showed the Whispering Helm,
Yep.
or that he just took a bad path. I think it's a mix of both.
It
But
could have been, yeah.
I think that's a mistake to just show the Whispering Helm.
It's something that's so simple not to do. Yet he did. You're right. That's unfortunate because again it goes back to now he needs to wait for that whole cooldown, which is quite the cooldown on the Whispering Helm. So that's not going to be up for a while here. You have the Legion side. Codex being bought on Hellbringer of level 5, by the way. I think Zebe's got to that troll mode once again. He feels like it's over, and actually Legionary even getting Codex as well. So yeah, Sync is just all in on the, all right, we won this game. Mega Creeps are just, you're not coming back from that, so let's go ahead and have some fun with it now. But they're grouping up down here as if they actually want to go into the base now.
Yeah. They probably realized that Hellborn can defend this Mega Creeps, which is possible with the Ring Cleaver. But, I don't know. They're probably going to be able to burst people down, but there's always the PK Pearl, who also bought a Thunderclone now, by the way. With the Preservation, they're going to go in.
There's the jump. Malphus coming down. There's the second one. Shockwave in the background. The double Shockwave. Prophet so far dead, but Pearl, Swiftblade, and Parasite have fallen. Oogie is still well alive, but with just him up, it's just not going to work. And finally is going to be a conclusion here. A 90-minute match is a victory for Sync Esports. I mean, to be fair, that was just a long grind of complexity defending, but it goes back to that bottom lane pickoff onto Behemoth. With that game lasted so long, we may forget that complexity was actually in a great spot to win that game. Yet Behemoth got picked off. They started falling one after the other, and then all of a sudden, all of the racks went down, minus that one ranged racks, which then set up that whole long defense there. But it was just too much in the end. Unbelievable game right there. What a hell of a one at that. But Sync Esports, again, they are victorious, and they take the series 2-0, so they get that bonus point, and ultimately 2 more points than they would have with a loss right there. So congratulations to Sync Esports. But, whew, final thoughts, Calamine, on that crazy game.
Sync should be very happy about that. It was not looking good for them. Complexity was completely taking over the game, and pickoffs happen, and then your whole base is going down because you don't have buybacks on your heroes. So
yeah,
Sync should be really happy. And does that mean they 2-0 the series? Yeah.
Yep, they went 2-0 here in this series. So they 2-0 both of their series today, and so they pick up a nice 6 points right off the bat after this first week in here, their first 2 series. So that's obviously got to be a pretty good feeling for them, and strong start. Complexity, I'm actually upped it in the group standings right now, so I'll have the visual to show you guys as well, as always here. But, yeah, there we go. Mystery Gang getting the tie against Evil Corporation. Okay, so going to pull that up for you guys here. So, again, this is how things are now looking after these results here, and day number 2 now in the books for Hunter Season 4 Cycle number 5. Here we go. Okay, so as you can see,